This is Drytron.
Logan, this is the 7th week in a row you've shown class.
What's going on, guys? Logan YuGiOh here, and Happy New Year to everybody. Let us together celebrate another year of Drytron being the absolute best deck of all time. Today I got a deck profile topping this past week, so you guys can come check it out. It's a little bit different than usual. We went back to some of our old ways, brought our boy Dragoon back into the picture, and I'm going to show you guys how we decided to play it this time around, as well as a combo tutorial at the end. So don't forget to check out your playing mat, YuGiOh, all the goats, links in the description down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I don't want to preface this too much. Let's get into this video. What's going on, guys? Logan YuGiOh, the Drykage here, back at it again with another Drytron video. Top locals with this particular build, and it is a fun one. It's pretty interesting. We went back to our boy Dragoon, and honestly, I need help from you guys. So like I say in the beginning, go check out the community tab, vote on which build of Drytron I should play for YCS Pasadena. I want to hear your thoughts. We've got so many different builds. You can go back and look at the channel. We've got 1,000,001 different ways to play Drytron, and I could hear from you. That would be great. But without further ado, let's hop into this list and combo tutorial at the end for something a little different. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, starting things off, the basics. Triple Alpha, Triple Zeta. We're still on Triple Gamma in this particular build. The golden ratio has shifted, I'm not going to lie, guys. We're doing Triple Gamma, Double Delta. I don't know what it is. I'm all about seeing more names now. Ever since Tatsum and I talked about it, this is just the way to do things. So if you disagree, let me know. But this has been functioning pretty well for me. Seeing more names, seeing them more often, lets you either play through boards going second or establish your first turn combos more oftentimes than not. Now this list right now is at 42 cards, so theoretically you could cut 1 Gamma and 1 Delta, put yourself at that clean 40, but hey, that's up to you. We got triple copies of Diviner, of course, one of our main combo pieces, play enablers. You all know what it does. 2 orange lights in this build, similar to the last build that we profiled. You only really need the 2, and the 1 copy of Eva, right? So we're not adding back Eva in this particular build, so we only need the 2 oranges and the 1 Eva for your usual shenanigans. And going on from there, I'll also mention we are playing the Dragoon package, like I said earlier, so you need your Red Eyes and your Dark Magician for that particular purpose. Ritual Monsters. The 1 Ultimateness, for sure. Big Boss, Big Chungus. Then we got Ben 10, Ida 10, and Natasha. All staple in my opinion. Feel free to disagree. This used to be a point of contention, but I think most of us, at least people in my camp, agree Natasha's the way to go. And we are playing Draconids in this build. Draconids comes up surprisingly often. Ever since I was playing it in the consistent Tron build, I've kind of fallen back in love with it. So we've put Draconids back into the build, and at worst, it's another card to side out if you really don't think it's favorable for you in that matchup. Spell cards, Triple Emergency for maximized consistency. Triple copies of Nova, same deal, summon anything. Playing 1 copy of Fafnir in here, it's serving double duty, you'll know when we see the side deck, but obviously it searches out your Nova or your Medionis Drytron to ritual summon, whatever you need. Only 1 copy, don't play any more. Triple copies for Forbidden Droplets in the main, absolutely essential. Break boards, especially the bird up board. Problematic boss monsters, stop the Scythe Lock, things of that nature. You know why we play it. Moving on from there, I'm playing 2 copies of Preparation of Rites in this build. This is another card you could just cut completely and then be at an even 40. But I do really enjoy playing Preparation of Rites in Drytron right now. I don't know what it is. I like it more than playing Talents because I rather continue to play Onward through an Ash on Alpha rather than have to kind of pass or only go for the Dragoon. It's really interesting. Like if you have Alpha pitch Zeta and you get ashed on that Alpha, a lot of people will think that that is the correct place to ash, and oftentimes they're right. But if you follow it up with Preparation of Rites, it works really well. Also heightens your ceiling because it gives you the opportunity to add back your ritual spell. I think I've talked about this all before in the past, but yeah, that's pretty much the basics. The 1 Called by the Grave, of course, for Saki one of, and I just dropped it, but we all know what we're talking about here, the Red Eyes Fusion. You need it to summon your Dragoons, so we're playing that. And then the last card in the main deck, I'm main decking Triple Imperm. Does so much, alright? It really does so much. Against Trap Brigades, you can snipe out some of their monsters. Not as good against the Bird Up deck. Against Sword Soul, it's one of our only things that we can deal with the Protoss with. And now, mind you, that's only if they don't have the Long Yong to protect it. But if they don't, the Imperm is essential. There's 1,000,001 possibilities to use this Infinite Impermanence. Another great thing that I love about it is ripping it off of the top of the deck to stop things like that. It also helps deal with the Scythe lock, specifically in the PK matchup or any other matchup that doesn't put up an Omni negate with it. The Imperm is absolutely clutch, so we got to be prepared for that kind of stuff. That's why we're main decking that. Alright guys, let's do the extra deck next. Not too many changes here that I think you guys will find crazy. Double copies of Moy Beta Fafnir, essential. The one Lyrilusk assembled Nightingale. In this particular build, it's got a lot of application with one of our main side deck cards, and I'll talk about that later. One Downer Magician to make bigger Zeuses. One Beatrice. And the one copy of Zeus. Moving on to the Link monsters, we've got the one Linkuriboh. You can also play Anima. I've seen a lot of lists choosing to play Anima over Linkuriboh. It kind of really doesn't matter. The only reason why I like the Linkuriboh is the down pointing arrow, but in this build, it doesn't matter that much. So you really can get away with either one, but I still stick with Linkuriboh. That's what I like doing. If you get to punish people with Anima, good on you, my friend. One copy Verte to summon your Dragoon. The one IP Masquerena in this build, it's got, we do them extra dirty in this build, that's what I'm going to say. We've got the Unicorn to go with the IP, as well as one of our other cards. We got the Boral Sword Dragon, which is something else you can tag into off the IP, but you also use it to clean up games. And this card's insane, Underworld Goddess. We played this in the consistent Tron build, and I carried it over into this one, because you don't need as many extra deck slots, because you're not doing the DPE Scythe Lock or the Hipposhinnigan add back, so you get basically 2 extra slots in the extra deck. So I'm like, alright, cool, we're just going to play Underworld Goddess. And it comes up all the time, and people just don't expect it. You know, like, they can clear a good chunk of the board, and then you have to go on to the next turn, or you're fighting through a board, and you can just use this to clean up one of the last monsters. It's kind of crazy. It really does come up, so I love the Underworld Goddess. Also, its effect to negate cards engraved comes up as well. It came up for me against Sky Strikers, stopping Array, so it's a fun thing. It's a good thing. We got the one Herald of the Arclight to search with our Diviner, and the one copy of Elder Entity Entis to pop cards. And the last card, you guys know, we're playing Dragoon in this one. He's back. We gotta flex on him with the nice Dragoon, right? This may or may not have been a major inspiration for playing this build, but Dragoon is really, really good against Sword Souls, particularly going second. If you fight through, forge on through all their interruptions, and they've got like the Long Yong and the I can't talk. The level 8 synchro that's effect veiler on board, and you have 2 monsters, or way 2 monsters, like a live Gamma still. Okay, go into Verte, summon your Dragoon, pew pew, battle phase, attack for game. You might have seen that in our Necrogoon replay. It's just something that's completely legitimate strategy. So Dragoon's good in that regard. It's also a Towers monster that a lot of decks struggle to deal with. A lot of decks in particular, like Striker, just they struggle so hard against the Dragoon. You make it basically a no-win scenario. So there's a lot of ways where Dragoon's just really, really good. And I do think that in certain builds, it does have a home in Drytron. Now let's finish things up with the side deck, which has changed significantly. So we did go back to the triple Drolls. We got to be ready for that bird up matchup. We got to be ready for those dragons if they come out of the woodworks once again. And of course the mirror match. So that's what those are doing there. The triple copies of Lancia for your Tri Brigades and your Phantom Knights. Just say no. As well as the Protoss, alright? And the Tenyis. We don't want to deal with those guys. This card is essential, guys. Triple copies of the Mystic Mine, baby. That's right. We are being degenerate. Back to the mines. Sometimes you just got to activate this card, especially if you get Scythe Locked. And I mean, theoretically, yes, we can play through Scythe Lock, but I'd much rather just activate Mystic Mine past turn. And when the opportunity arises, we just blow them away with a big Zeus play. It's also really good against the Tri-Brigade deck. If you can bait that one Omni Negate, or you have 2 copies, or whatever it may be, this combined with Dark Ruler No More, you just say no to the entire board, and it's almost auto-win, because think about what deck you're playing. Drytron. What outs do they have the Mystic Mine in the main? Next to none. So you're pretty much winning. Triple copies of Twin here. You might want to make these Cosmics to help deal with the Scythe Lock. I'm still iffy on this, but curious to hear from you guys. You could also do evenly matches. It's similar deal. Going second against the back row decks, evenly matched, is phenomenally better, I think, than the Twin Twisters, but they're serving a similar purpose, right? The reason why I like this one is chain ability for the Imperial Order and Anti-Spell Fragrance. I think I've said that in the past. And finally, we got the triple copies of the Dark Ruler No More for fighting through those boards. That plus Mystic Mine is GG a lot of the time, so don't forget about that. We're back to the mine, boys. Alright, I'm going to show you guys something real interesting, though. Before we wrap up this video, we're going to do a different type of combo. While it's not featured in this particular list, it is a cool thing you can do. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would probably, if I was playing this build, I would side deck into this combo. And what would I take out? I'll tell you right now. I'd probably consider taking out one of the Lancias because it is searchable, or two of the Lancias, or the Twin Twisters. There's a few things you could take out of the side to side deck this combo, or if you want to make room in the extra, of course, you can put the Auroradon in there and throw in the IO in the main. But we're going to show you how to add back IO, baby. yeah. I told you not adding back EVA. That's right, we're adding back IO this time. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, to close out this video, you already know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be adding Imperial Order into our Spell and Trap zone before the end of turn off of what? That's right, everybody's favorite 2-card combo, Alpha plus Zeta. So, you guys already know if we open a fairy that we already use in our combo or an Ida 10, then we can also do this Nibiru proof. I think you guys know what I mean by that. But this time around, we're just going to be doing it standard Alpha plus Zeta. If you guys want to see a whole video exclusively on all of the weirdest, quirkiest Drytron combos, then be sure to smash 75 likes on this video. So without further ado, let's get into this combo. Alright guys, before we get started again, don't forget to check out the original content creators who I saw this combo from. Find their links in the description down below, but I wanted to share it with you because it is quite insane. All the things that Drytron can do is one of the greatest toolbox decks of all time. But without further ado, let's start things off with the Alpha Pitch Zeta. You already know how we do. Grab the Ben 10, use Zeta effect, pitch off that Ben 10, grabbing yourself Medionis. Ben 10 effect will then trigger to search you your Diviner. And remember, if you already have Diviner in hand, or an Ultimateness, or an Ida 10, you search Orange Light here, you stay safe from Nibiru and other hand traps. Next, we're going to overlay our two guys over here on the side, summon our Moy Beta Fafnir. Moy Beta effect will then trigger, Foolish Burialing our Gamma from deck to grave. Next step, we're going to normal summon that Diviner, use its effect. Send that Herald of the Arclight from deck to the grave, and Herald will then search you your copy of Ultimateness, like so. Next, you'll activate Medionis Drytron, detach one from Moy Beta to summon back Ben 10. Next, you'll overlay these two, summon your Beatrice. This is where we diverge from our usual strategy. We'll use Beatrice's effect, detach, and instead of Foolish Burialing that Eva or whatever other name we would normally send, we're going to be sending that copy of Imperial Order like so. Next, we'll activate the effect of Medionis Engrave to reduce and add back Medionis to hand. Then we can activate the effect of our Gamma Engrave, which we have yet to use, tributing that Ultimateness to summon itself and the Zeta from the graveyard. Next, I activate Medionis here, detach the Alpha Thuban to summon back the Ultimateness. And for our next trick, we're going to take these three, turn them into the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon, baby. If you guys don't know what this card does, we used to use it in Synchro Eldritch, use it in a bunch of other degenerate combo decks, if I may say so myself. We're going to trigger this card's effect, summoning out our 3 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens like so, and then we'll use Auroradon's effect, tributing those 3 tokens to add back the Imperial Order from the graveyard. Because what it does, when you tribute 3 tokens, you can add back any trap card in your graveyard to your hand. So you add this, you set it up, and then you pass turn. Don't forget, you still have 3 cards in your hand, right? Whatever it may be, whether it be additional names, fairies, whatever you want. And then on your opponent's turn, you're going to activate that Beatrice, usually shotgun it, although we don't care if they've got droplets, baby. We've got IO backing it up. We're going to send our copy of Eva from deck to the grave, and we're going to use Eva to search out 2 ultimate negates in the form of Diviner and Herald. So we've got IO plus 2 Omni negates guaranteed, probably more. And yeah, isn't this a cool combo? Just off of Alpha Zeta, you literally search, you can invalidate a third of the game while also having 2 Omni negates for the ultimateness. I think it's pretty cool, guys. But if you guys like this combo tutorial and want to see more, be sure to smash 75 likes. Don't forget to comment down below your favorite combo of all time in Drytron. I like to hear it. Check out the community tab. Let me know what you think I should play at the YCS. And that's all I got today. Logan JY signing off. Have a great day, and I'll see you chumps later. Peace. 心の隙